You're watching WSBT TV, your hometown station. This is WSBT TV Eyewitness News at midday with Rebecca Marr, Rod Johnson, and meteorologist Sam Scammon with the weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. An explosion and fire rocks Mishawaka this morning, and federal agents arrest a Culver man in what's believed to be Indiana's biggest counterfeit operation. We'll have those stories, plus a stormy Michiana forecast, and Charlie Adams with sports. But first, the news. An explosion and fire that rocked Mishawaka early this morning leveled a home on that city's south side. Firefighters were called to a home in the 2700 block of Ewing around 8:30. When they arrived, they found the residence and attached garage engulfed in a wall of flames. Witnesses speculate that a natural gas leak may have touched off the explosion that could be heard miles away.
I heard a loud explosion. It sounded like two trains colliding, and I jumped out of bed. By that time, I heard the fire trucks going in front of the house. And I just jumped out of bed and ran down the alley and ran 4 blocks down, and I seen smoke. And when I got 3/4 of the way up the street, I felt the heat from the house. And I came up and I seen the flames. They were like 8-10 feet above the house.
NIPSCO crews were called to the scene to shut off the power. Damage is expected to be in excess of $100,000. Fire officials say there was a blaze at the same home 2 years ago. No one was at the residence at the time of the incident. One person was killed and another seriously injured in a single car accident in LaPorte County late last night. Police say 25-year-old Enrique Lozano was traveling north on US 35 when he lost control of his car, skidded sideways, then hit a parked truck. Both he and a passenger, 14-year-old Jose Sanchez Avila, were thrown from the vehicle. Sanchez Avila died of massive head injuries. AM General officials confirmed yesterday's announcement in Washington that the local company has secured a new contract for the Hummer military vehicle. The news is being regarded as the single factor keeping the Mishawaka facility operating past the end of the year. The new contract calls for 33,000 new Hummers to be built under a new 4-year contract.
This is a major cornerstone of our plan to build a secure future here in the South Bend, Mishawaka community. We're delighted to have this happen. Last year, we told our employees that we were going after this contract and that we were going to win it. We were going to win it because we had to win it. It was our future.
Armour said that under this new contract with the Pentagon, the volume of the trucks to be produced will require a smaller workforce. That translates into the layoff of approximately 200 workers when the new contract takes effect in January. The city of Mishawaka has a vacant post on the city council following the expected resignation last night of Democrat John Pericini. The 1st District councilman resigned from the post to accept the position of general manager of the Indiana Toll Road. Pericini has been on the council for 5.5 years. He was president for 2 of them. Pericini says there are 2 reasons for his resignation.
To be fair to Mishawaka and be fair to the state of Indiana, I'm going to have to do that. I just didn't think that 1 would be enough time. 2 is there's some gray area in the state statute whether I can retain my position on the city council or not, and we don't want to leave any doubt, so that's why we decided to do what's best in the best interest of the community.
The 1st District Democratic Precinct Committeeman will now select the next councilman. While one person is leaving politics, another is trying to get in. But this is a Republican trying to run for 5th District State Representative. It was sort of like a pep rally this morning as Marvin Wood announced his candidacy for 1990. Wood is known locally as a counselor for Mishawaka High School for his work in education as well as sports. He's currently also the football coach at St. Mary's College. He believes his background will be an asset.
Basketball. But I can tell you, that game and 39 years in the teaching profession have taught me a lot about people, about the importance of discipline, working together, family values, about standing up for what you believe in, even when others may think you're wrong.
Among Wood's supporters were Mishawaka Mayor Robert Buter and Indiana co-Speaker of the House, Paul Manwater. Mishawaka teachers have overwhelmingly approved a new 2-year contract. Teachers Union spokesman Bruce Shannon says the salary features are satisfactory. given the amount of funding the schools receive from the legislature. The school board votes on that pact tonight. Teachers in the Berrien County School District say they may not be in the classroom when the school bell rings next week. Teachers say it depends on progress in talks this week, but so far there are some major differences between teachers in the school system. Teachers picketed the school board meeting last night to push their demands for a new contract. Negotiating sessions are scheduled this week, but if there's no contract by the end of the week, Michigan Education Association spokesman Sue Fisher says they may stage a work slowdown when school starts on Monday. Class size, curriculum, and salaries are points blocking a settlement. A Culver man has been arrested and up to $4 million in counterfeit money seized in what may be the largest phony money bust ever in Indiana. 51-year-old James Sarna was arrested last night in Hamlet. Secret Service officers followed Sarna to a rented building in Hamlet where fake 20s, 50s, and 100s were found, along with plates, negatives, and a printing press. Officials say that the bogus bills had been circulated across the country, but mostly in Indiana. Sarna had been convicted of counterfeiting in 1984 and served time in Leavenworth Prison. Sarna appeared this morning in front of U.S. Magistrate Robin Pierce for a preliminary hearing here in South Bend. Colombian authorities are working with the United States to extradite a reputed drug trafficking leader to the U.S. Eduardo Martinez Romero is suspected of laundering money for a major Colombian drug ring. His extradition would be the first under new emergency rules in Colombia. Juan Vasquez has more on the Colombian war on drugs.
The grave of Senator Luis Carlos Galan has become the newest shrine in Colombia, a place where people go to mourn not only for a promising leader cut down in his time, but for a country in the grip of powerful drug dealers.
Anybody who's on the way, they have killed them with total impunity. That has to stop, and we have to draw a line. This is our last chance to draw it.
The Galan assassination has prompted the government to move with unprecedented speed and force, seizing dozens of properties owned by drug dealers. U.S. officials say they're encouraged.
There have been a number of strikes by military and police forces in the last couple of days here, and they are on a scale and an extent that has not been seen here in Colombia before.
This elegant and fully equipped hacienda on the outskirts of Bogota reportedly belonged to Gonzalo Rodriguez Gacha, a key leader of the drug cartel, but he and the others apparently fled long before the crackdown began. However, the soldiers have seized Eduardo Martinez Romero, described as the cartel's financial wizard. Martinez is wanted in Atlanta on a money laundering indictment, but extradition to the U.S. could bring violent reprisals.
When they extradite any of them, then they'll make us pay. And you can't protect the whole society, you know.
Meanwhile, government officials say they will continue seizing properties and searching for the elusive kingpins of the drug cartel. Juan Vasquez, CBS News, Bogota.
And next on Midday News, news from the deep sea, an exploration, a natural tragedy, and the story of a daring rescue.
Allergies make your eyes burn and itch. They make you congested, make your nose run. Allergies make you miserable. Introducing Sinutab Allergy Formula for frequent sufferers with the decongestant action of Sudafed and a powerful antihistamine. Sinutab Allergy works for 12 full hours to help stop the itching, stop the runny nose, stop the sneezing. For 12 full hours, Sinutab Allergy helps stop it all.
Linville's Olds Cadillac invites your family to go to the circus. Just come to Linville's, test drive an '89 Oldsmobile, and we'll give you 2 tickets to the Circus Vargas. Linville's is holding its inventory closeout sale with huge discounts, big trade-in allowances, and factory direct cashback savings. Plus, Linville's will pay for all scheduled maintenance for the first year or 12,000 miles. Come to Linville's for the best new car deals, and for every test drive, receive 2 tickets to Circus Vargas. Linville's, the new generation of Olds Cadillac dealer on the bypass in Elkhart.
Tonight on your hometown station, Wheel of Fortune and Wheel Deal. Be the 4th caller and correctly solve the puzzle, and you'll win opening night tickets and rides worth $100 from Circus Vargas, the world's largest traveling big time. Circus Vargas will be at the St. Joseph County 4-H Fairgrounds August 28th through the 30th. You'll see over 400 international performers and animals. It's entertainment for the whole family. Just call 282-2221, be the 4th caller, and correctly solve the puzzle, and you win. Wheel Deal and the Circus tonight.
Save a bundle during the big anniversary sale at Bookouts in Niles. Save on everything, including RCA. Get a 26-inch remote control console for only $4.99. RCA VCR only $267, or the CC260 full-size VHS camcorder only $8.99. Plus, get 90 days same as cash or no payment till February. It's on now only at Bookouts Furniture and Appliances, downtown Niles, and the warehouse showroom south of Niles.
A team of explorers and archaeologists hope to get a glimpse of the Great Lakes' most famous wreck, the Edmund Fitzgerald. The expedition, which begins today, will use a robot carrying three-dimensional video cameras to record the wreck. The Edmund Fitzgerald broke in two and sank in 1975 during a storm on Lake Superior. 29 crew members perished. The wreck, remembered in Gordon Lightfoot's song, lies in almost 600 feet of water, 17 miles off Whitefish Point in the Upper Peninsula. A fight among the killer whales at SeaWorld San Diego has claimed the life of Can-Do. SeaWorld officials say Can-Do and Shamu, two of the stars of SeaWorld's performing killer whale herd, fought shortly before a 4 p.m. show at Shamu Stadium yesterday. Can-Do had thrilled crowds last year when she gave birth to baby Shamu during a show. The 11-month-old baby Shamu apparently was in the vicinity of the fight and refused to come out to begin that show. And meanwhile, a school of whales dashed the dreams of a Florida couple who wanted to sail around the world. Instead, the two found themselves fighting for their lives.
The life raft was torn and leaking when the Costa Rican Coast Guard spotted it, but it had carried William and Simone Butler to safety against the odds.
After about 2 weeks, we started running out of food. We were down to half a cracker 3 times a day.
I lost faith and I despaired and I had anxiety, and he said, "Don't depress me."
Their voyage began at their yacht club in Florida, through the Panama Canal, headed toward Hawaii. But 1,200 miles off Costa Rica, their 40-foot sailboat was crushed by whales.
I could see they were mad, and they started packing the boat. I had about 30 whales on each side.
They jumped into their life raft, taking a pump that could make seawater into drinking water. They ate raw fish, sometimes literally pushed into their hands by porpoises.
And all the little fish under the raft were very scared, and they came to the surface trying to escape the porpoise, and he caught them with his hand.
But there were many dangers.
During the day, the smaller 4 or 5 foot sharks would come by, and I found that by banging them on the head, they go away.
Fishing pole.
The U.S. Coast Guard never launched a search for the Butlers because they could have been almost anywhere between Central America and Hawaii.
We're looking at more than 1.8 million square miles, an area that approaches the landmass of the United States. So not an area that we would search.
But their raft had drifted back toward land, and they were found.
In 3 minutes, we were aboard and crying and hugging, and it was over.
The Butlers say that for a few days at least, they want to remain on dry land. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
Well, we're having a very warm, rainy day here in Michiana, and Rod will have the forecast for us, plus Charlie Adams with a disappointing Cubs game.
So, how's the weather?
Anything happen in the Gulf today?
Is it a good day for Pisces? Anything good on TV?
Did the dollar lose or gain?
What about gold?
What's new on video?
What's it about?
Is trading heavy? Read any good books
What's
lately?
going on in Hollywood?
What time's the movie start? Who's on the country
Who
chart?
won the game?
Who fumbled the
Any
ball?
soap Should I bring an umbrella?
What's JR up to?
Any questions?
Touch 4, only in the Ameritech Pages Plus Yellow Pages.
You know I'm waiting, just anticipating
the pure taste of coconut.
But while I'm waiting,
Bounty is moist, tender coconut.
Try a little tenderness,
drenched in a sea of chocolate.
Try a little tenderness.
Discover new Bounty, the taste of paradise.
And we're off.
When you need glasses fast,
I'll be back in about an hour.
you need Pearl Vision Express for glasses in 1 hour. And now, buy 1 pair of glasses or Pearl Soft contacts. Get a 2nd pair free. Coupon and details in magazines or newspapers.
Where to? Podcast. We're here.
That is good.
Buy one pair, get one free at Pearl Vision Express.
As an Ethan Allen designer, I represent a leader in fine home furnishing. Come in for real savings on our country French living room for casual elegance and timeless fashion. Or save on the warm, modern styling of our transitional Canova bedroom. Or for a shaker-inspired room of simple beauty, choose our country craftsman dining room with authentic bow-back chairs. At Ethan Allen, we can please just about everyone. Ethan Allen, where great homes begin and begin again.
For more selections and savings, visit your local Ethan Allen gallery.
And a bit of rain out there for us.
It certainly is, as we're going to see a little bit later on in the radar. There's a lot of rain in our area, and it's also a lot of moisture in the air as well. Currently at the Michiana Regional Airport, it's 74 degrees. Winds are out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour, and the relative humidity, making it kind of sticky out there, is at 93%. The barometer reached 29.99 inches, and it is falling, and the dew point is right up there, too, at 71 degrees. Let's take a look at the radar now. As you can see, there's a lot of shower activity and some a little heavy to the south and east and west of us, all the way down past Lafayette, and that is moving in a northeasterly direction, and fortunately, we are missing most of that anyway. Let's take a look now at the forecast for Michiana. This afternoon becoming partly sunny by late afternoon with a 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Severe storms are possible. Warm and humid with a high in the lower 80s, and we'll have a southwest wind at about 10 miles per hour. Tonight it'll be partly cloudy and warm with a low of around 70 degrees and a 30% chance of thunderstorms. We'll have a light wind. And then on Wednesday, partly sunny and warm with a high of around 85 degrees. And that's our look at the weather. And in sports, the Cubs didn't give in easily, but the Reds came away with a win at Wrigley Field last night. Charlie Adams has the highlights.
The Cubs out to break their three-game losing streak. Took on the Reds last night. Andre Dawson with a two-run double early on. Cubs would build a 3-zip lead before they really needed the lights. Safe at home is Mark Grace. Then in the sixth, Ryan Sandberg, the best player in baseball the month of August, with a bodacious blast. This one goes, 450 feet, I guess. Bounces over the tree, and the Cubs would build a 5-1 lead. Seventh inning, Dean Wilkins up from the minors. They sent down Kilgus and Pico. Dean can't do the job as the Reds cut it to 5-3. Benzinger scoring. Then in the ninth, Steve Wilson pitching. It is Joel Youngblood with a blast. Oh, this one rockets out of the ballpark. Game tied at 5. 10th inning, Calvin Schiraldi. Here the grounder, Domingo Ramos put in for defense. Loses the grip on the ball. It gets away from Grace. Run scores. Reds take a lead of 6-5. Bottom of the 10th, Cubs aren't dead. Sandberg on, Mitch Webster with the double. Sandberg, round second. They should have stopped him at third, but they sent him where he was a dead duck at home plate. Reds win it 6-5. Jerome Walton's hitting streak comes to an end. Bad night for the Cubbies. How about the Mets closing in on the Cubbies? Ron Darling against Kevin Mitchell of San Francisco. Darling was awesome last night. The Mets pitchers really putting it together. Viola, Darling, they are on a roll. There's Ron's wife. Boy, she loves this morning wrap, I do. Oh, yeah. Here we have Howard Johnson with a base hit that gets through. Mets are coming back as the Giants goof up last night. Mets win it 4-1. They're only a game and a half back. Now to the scoreboard.
And unfortunately, we don't have those scores this time. Well, do you want to learn the latest on nail care?
We'll have some tips for you coming up on Midday News. But first, I'll have this morning's market report. And this morning, grain and soybean futures were mostly lower in early trading on the Chicago Board of Trade, largely in response to badly needed rain in some critical growing areas of the Midwest. Analysts say the U.S. corn crop is nearly finished and isn't likely to be altered by changes in the weather. But the soybean crop is still in its sensitive pollinating phase when moisture is essential. A 6 to 10 day weather forecast called for above normal rainfall and temperatures. In early trading, wheat was unchanged to 1.5 cents lower, with the contract for delivery in September at $3.89 a bushel. Corn was 1/4 cent lower to 1/2 cent higher, with September at $2.34.5. Oats were 1/4 cent to 3/4 cent lower, with September at $1.38. Soybeans were 1 cent to 3 cents lower, with August's contract, which expires today, at $6.25 a bushel. Compared to Monday, early sales of barrows and gilts were 50 to 1 lower at eastern and western corn belt markets. Choice 2 to 4, 1,075 to 1,300 pound slaughter steers sold from $70 to $71.50. Choice 2 to 4, 950 to 1,200 pound slaughter heifers brought $70 to $71. When Congress returns next month, lawmakers are expected to fund a soybean research laboratory at the University of Illinois. Experts say the U.S. lacks a central location for genetics experiments that could eventually lead to a disease-resistant crop. That project would cost $4.75 million.
My mouth has a terrible time waking up in the morning. Come on. You know why? Most cereals bore it to sleep, but not Quaker Natural cereal. My mouth gets a charge of whole grains, honey, almonds, raisins, a bunch of different textures, a blast of different tastes. That's reveling, man. My mouth will never get back to sleep. Once you taste Quaker Natural, everything else is just cornflakes. And now there's softer, juicier raisins and dates. Ooh, I think my mouth is gonna kiss me.
Used cars and used trucks from the hottest corner in Michiana, Gurley Leap and University Park Chrysler Plymouth. 7 franchises supplies us with quality cars like this one with only 10,000 miles, or used four-wheel drives with only 20,000 miles. Over 50 budget cars from $3,000 down to $199. No one says used cars like Gurley Leap and University Park Chrysler Plymouth.
I went to the Grand Canyon. I went to Florida. I went to Grandma's house.
No matter where you spent your summer, don't let it end until you spend some time at Hook's Drugstore. Because right now, you can save on all your favorite products during Hook's back-to-school sale. You'll get a positive charge with new Electric Youth Cologne by Debbie Gibson. Hook's has it specially priced right now. So come see us at Hook's before you go back to school. Because we like to see you smile.
WSBT Savings and Loan.
You finally found the home you want to buy, and you've done the smart thing. You came to Sobieski Federal Savings and Loan for Home Sweet Loan. Whether you're building a new home or buying an existing one, you can count on Sobieski. Sobieski has been helping people just like you own their own homes for almost 100 years. Home Sweet Loan from
And these are the hands of John Schaefer as they were photographed yesterday. And now we'll see his hands, how they look today. And that's a remarkable difference. Okay, John, how did you enjoy that?
Oh, it's a very enjoyable experience. It's very relaxing. It's nice to have done.
Okay, and it takes about how long to do that?
About 20 minutes.
Okay. And Elizabeth Snyder from Haircrafters is with us, the person who's responsible for all this good work. And Elizabeth, just what did you do?
Well, we did just a basic manicure on John, pushing the cuticles back, getting the hands in shape, filing down if they needed filed. His looked really nice.
Okay, take a look at the monitor over there and sort of narrate for us.
Okay. Here I'm pushing back the cuticles, his other hand's soaking. It's important that the hand soaks before you do anything so that the nail is flexible, so the cuticle is flexible, so that you don't break the nail while you're filing it, do any more damage than what may already be there.
Okay, now what are you looking for? Uniformity for the most part?
Yes. A good shape for the nail is about the shape that the cuticle area is. If the cuticle area is square, then a good shape for the nail is square.
Now you left his just a little bit longer.
Just because I think they look nice like that. I think that men's nails should have some length to them. Most men cut their nails way too short.
Okay, now if you're going to have a manicure like this, how often should you have it?
You should have a manicure about once a week.
Once a week?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't realize that. I thought maybe once a month or something like that. Okay, well, now we're going to look at Debbie Kling as we photographed her on yesterday as we go out of this. And there she is. And now here is Debbie Kling today. Okay. Wow. That's quite a difference. I think you also had your nails done, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I wonder if we could just hold them up there and see how they look. Okay, that's yesterday, and now here's how they look today. All right. Now, let's talk about what you did to Debbie.
Well, I didn't do Debbie's hair. Tammy Rowe did her hair. She sun-glitzed her, gave her a nice cut. Something that was easy for her, but yet very, very attractive on her.
Okay. Now, I always ask you this. How does this feel on you? Does this does it seem like it fits you?
Yes, it does. It seems very natural.
Okay. Well, and I imagine that the hairstylist was also looking at the shape of her face and so forth to get everything coordinated. All right, and how long of an ordeal was this for you?
It took about 4 hours.
But it was fun, I'm sure.
Yes, it was. Wonderful to be pampered.
And again, this looks like it is very easy to manage.
Yeah, it shouldn't take her long at all in the morning to do her hair. In fact, yesterday they blew her dry, and she had enough natural body and everything that they didn't need to curl iron it or anything.
Okay, now what about her nails? Did you do anything different?
Now, on Debbie's nails, we took them quite a bit shorter because she had them that they were so many different lengths. And I thought it was important that they looked very uniform. So we took them short, so now she can have time to let them grow evenly. And she really had nice nails. She did. There wasn't a whole lot I could do to make them look real good.
Well, Elizabeth, I want to thank you very much, and the folks at Hair Crafters, and for you, Debbie, also, and to John Schaefer. That's it for Looking Good, Feeling Good. We'll be back with a recap of weather and news right after this.
Every woman's beautiful.
To corn silk, every woman's beautiful. Corn silk absorbs excess oil, so makeup stays beautiful.
You don't need the discomfort of your period, but Tylenol, Advil, or Midol 200 only leave pain behind. You still may have tension and water gain, so do it right. Take Pamprin. It relieves pain, tension, and water weight gain. Pamprin, period relief, not just pain relief.
Linville's Olds Cadillac invites your family to go to the circus. Just come to Linville's, test drive an '89 Oldsmobile, and we'll give you 2 tickets to the Circus Vargas. Linville's is holding its inventory closeout sale with huge discounts, big trade-in allowances, and factory direct cashback savings. Plus, Linville's will pay for all scheduled maintenance for the first year or 12,000 miles. Come to Linville's for the best new car deals, and for every test drive, receive 2 tickets to Circus Vargas. Linville's, the new generation of Olds Cadillac dealer on the bypass in Elkhart.
And keep those umbrellas handy today,
That's for sure. A lot of rain around us, 40% chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. Some could be severe, so keep an eye on that. A 30% for tonight, and then partly sunny and a pretty nice day for tomorrow with a high of around 85 degrees.
Look forward to it. Okay, thanks, Rod. Tonight at 5 o'clock on Eyewitness News, we'll have a full report on how officials cut off a counterfeit money scam right here in Indiana. The Hands of Time are back in downtown Mishawaka. We'll show you that. And we'll take you diving with the team exploring the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Charlie Adams takes us on the field with some high school football.